Hi there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from anywhere in the world. This is Becoming Better Conversations with Dr. B, where you get to see, hear, and become. And today we're talking with the biggest hair vendor in Nigeria,
Whoop,
in
whoop, whoop,
Africa, in
whoop,
the
whoop, whoop.
world,
You say that again.
the Hair Chic. Please introduce yourself.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate this as somebody that is my mentor. So this means a lot to me. My name is Mrs. Tina Onyekuluje, and I'm the creative director and founder of the Hair Chic. We're a hair care brand. We sell wigs, and over the years, we've been in the business for close to a decade now. And so over the years, we've honed down to doing pieces that are functional, made for the busy woman, the mom. You just want something simple but elegant. We've honed down to, we're not doing crazy styles. We're just keeping it clean, sweet, simple. So if you always want things like that, the Hair Chic is your go-to.
Two quick questions. Approximately, how many wigs have you sold? And where would you say is the farthest that you've had to send a wig to?
Australia.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
actually far.
yeah. We've had weeks go to Australia a few times, and well, because we didn't start record keeping for the longest
Yeah,
until
but just
recently, so
approximately.
approximately at least 3,000 units.
Wow,
Yes, we've been doing this for a long time, so yeah,
wow, that's
yeah.
that's actually a lot. Why this line of business? What actually got you into? Are you passionate about hair? Is that your thing, or or it's just the
So
money?
yes, I'm passionate about hair, but what got me to the business of hair was frustration. As a young young graduate, I came to Abuja in 2015 for youth service,
Okay.
and so I worked at a newspaper company, and I was at the beauty, arts and culture desk. And so there was a year after service when they retained me. There was a year where I didn't get payment that whole year. Rolling into the second year after service, I'm like, my peers, they all have jobs, and see me, why is it that my own is not okay? And then I tried looking for jobs. It wasn't working out. In fact, I did get one job as an assistant. In fact, the role was so vague. And I worked 1 month with the guy and he didn't pay me. I'm like, am I cursed? Am I cursed? And so I just like, what am I doing? I can actually do what I love. I've
Yeah.
always loved hairs. I used to be that girl that people will come to and say, oh, if you need to look good, if you need hairs,
Yeah.
come to Tina. So I've always been that person. I'm like, okay, there's something to do here. Let me get into it. So yes, I do love hairs. I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
I have been passionate about it. However, now I think that I'm more business about it than passion. But yeah, basically just
Okay,
looking
so
good.
I just want to ask, before you got into being an entrepreneur, right? Did you ever see yourself as an entrepreneur, or you just believed, okay, everybody's getting a job, maybe I'll just get a job as well? Did you ever see yourself, or it was just the frustration that said, you know what, let me tap this other potential that I've not even
Yeah.
explored before?
Okay, so no, I didn't start off seeing myself as an entrepreneur. However, I've always known that I have to make it. Like there's no space for
Yeah,
not making it in life.
yeah,
Both making it as per man must chop,
yeah.
and also just making it this, having interviews, being in the media space. In fact, I did do that. I had my own blog,
Oh, wow.
yes,
What was it
alongside
called?
Tina Joa.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was quite, it
What
was
were you talking
quite
about on the blog?
entertainment. It was quite good. I was actually being paid. Organizations were
Okay,
coming to me for stuff like that.
okay.
But I was very unguided. I had no guidance around it, and so it fizzled out.
I want to ask like a three-part question, but I will start from the first part.
Okay.
Straight and narrow. Do you think that Nigeria is designed to support entrepreneurship?
So on the governmental level, I would say no, but the way we've been trained, we will make it. We will survive. That's how I see it. I grew to a point where I knew that if I cannot leave the survival of my life to my parents, I also cannot leave the survival of being an entrepreneur to Nigeria. That's my mindset around it. Yes, it might not necessarily be structurally built or system wise, but we can make it.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
we are making it.
We actually are making
Yes,
it. There's a
so-
lot of resilience in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So despite the climate, despite whatever the government is
Exactly.
doing, we're still
Because
pushing.
we can keep pushing, oh, Nigeria is this,
Yeah.
Nigeria is that, but
Yeah.
there's a Dangote here.
Yeah.
And in many ways, that's being an entrepreneur. And
I know somebody who always says that prosperity is not in a place.
It's in a
but it's
person.
in a person.
It's in a person.
What has been your hardest season, your most difficult season as an entrepreneur? And then how were you able to survive? Because I know there are a lot of difficult seasons.
Yes, they do come and go.
Yeah.
In fact, I've had really terrible seasons. One being talking about Nigeria and how it can be built to stifle you sometimes.
Yeah.
Just starting off, not starting off the business, but starting off having a physical store, right? Where we were got demolished. No notice, or at least the people subletting that space at the time
Didn't
never let
tell
us.
you.
Yes, we didn't know that government had come and where we were wasn't like government wanted to take it down. So that was, but in recent time, one of the toughest seasons was just after birth. In fact, before birth and after birth. Not tough because we weren't making sales. Not tough because the business wasn't running. Not tough because I don't have set systems. And in fact, people that work in that system, shout out to the Hair Chic team. God has always blessed me with great people.
Blocked.
Yes. So they've been holding it down. So, but
Yeah.
it was tough because for the first time, the Hair Chic, my baby, I couldn't and even now, up until now, I don't have a full grasp of my business.
Wow.
Yes, I had poured myself. I could walk endlessly, but after birth, I couldn't do that. So it was really a tough season. So it was like this new baby I had wasn't letting me, cater or be present or know what's even really going on, or that heartbeat of coming to work every day. You know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
I didn't have that hold anymore on the business. In a way, it's a good thing that you can be away and your business is running. But because I'm so connected, I felt that, oh my God, I don't know what's going. This thing is thriving, is doing well on its own, but I'm not the one I'm not immersed in it. So I consider it to be a very tough season, and I'm still learning now to take it that you can actually travel for 1 year and this business will survive. This business not just survive, actually thrive. However, I also know that while we were making sales, which is a good thing, is I believe is the number one thing for businesses, that creative direction was what was missing.
Okay.
Being around, then the touch. Oh, where's your boss? I want to speak with your boss. Not because they will not buy; they do get to buy,
but they just want that thing.
No, it's because
can I talk to your manager?
Yes.
Can I talk to the owner?
No, but my
Meanwhile,
people...
the owner. Do you know? Let me just before you continue, let me just give you this story. I had this experience, right? I went to a store to get something, and I was talking to the sales clerk or something, right? And the person gave me a particular price, and I was like, "No, this is not what whoever directed me here. Let me talk to your guy." And she laughed. She said, "Okay, go and talk to the Oga." Because it's almost as if the Oga would even be upset that she is even giving whatever product. So I don't know why people like to do that thing where they say, "Okay, I want to talk to the boss, I want to see the boss." Meanwhile, the boss just really wants to relax. He has employed people to do the job and all of that.
But I think that for mine, it's not really a case of I want to talk to your boss. It's more about I know how your boss will treat me, that personal touch. Being able to, my staff, in fact, they get compliments for doing the most when it comes to attending to customers. However, the boss is the boss.
Yeah, of course.
Tina has, and you can feel that Tina has built herself into it. And I've also replicated that in my staff, but they still want that, presence.
A lot of entrepreneurs, myself included, right? We have been experiencing this integrity problem in Nigeria. So have you had that experience? And if not, how are you doing it? And if yes, how have you surmounted the problem?
Okay, so I've never had a better staff leave.
Oh, okay.
Yes. If someone leaves, whoever comes is always better than who left.
Oh, that's
and I've had people work with me. Currently, my manager has worked with me over 2 years. And this is recording the fact that having a physical store didn't happen until maybe 4 years now. So having someone work that long, the person that left before her did a year plus.
Yeah.
You know, people that have left, aside, you know, when a new staff comes, if the person is not going to last within a month, you know, that person fizzles out. But like properly, the Hair Chic staff, I don't know. God just, I can see genuinely. In fact, I was having a conversation with a fellow entrepreneur and my friend yesterday,
Yeah.
and I've always said that God has always blessed me. Domestic, in fact, generally in life, any people that work with me, domestic staff and all, I've always had a great experience. So I cannot say it's this. I know that I prayed about it,
Yeah.
and I can only say that it's grace of God.
Yeah.
And I can relate to terrible experiences because people that will come and do a month that are not good, they fizzle out. So I can only imagine if they stayed on how, you know, the damages
they
that,
would have done,
you know,
yeah.
that. But honestly, my only secret is the fact that I just say, God, you know that me. Because I have a very open way of operating with my staff.
That's what I want to hear.
Yes, I have a very,
it's those
like,
tips, yeah.
we can talk.
Okay.
I can get personal. I know that, you know, the professionals will say, keep a...
Why
you know,
are you checking up? Why are you doing all of that?
my own model too is I want people to come and have an experience.
That's as your staff as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
as our hairstylist, she came and she was like, or her testimony after we celebrated her at her 1 year, she's like, I didn't know I would stay here because where I was coming from, they kept telling me, oh, who will take you and stuff like that. So she's had a good experience. She's had I don't know that a boss and staff can be like this, you know, that sort of thing. And so that's the impact. I also want them to be bosses, you know, one day, and I want them to not necessarily my kind of boss. I know, you know, my lapses and stuff. Even in being free, sometimes
But
maybe
everyone
it's too
has
free,
everyone has
you know.
lapses anyways.
But I really want them to have that kind of experience when they, you know, become bosses themselves. To be free, to know that it gains you more than it costs you.
How has it been on the other side? Now you got married, there's a husband to cater for, you got a child, there's a baby to cater for. You've already shed a little bit of light as to how that has affected you and is still affecting you now.
Yeah.
So I just want you to say two things for me, right? Explain how it is on the other side and how you've been able to surmount the challenges.
So I would say, you know, what I mentioned is I already have systems. I have trusted hand by the grace of God. So have those things in place.
Yeah.
Now I've learned that starting off any business, start it off like other people will be a part of it. Yes. Start it off as a legacy. If you're not there today, how will it run? And this is me that was styling hair from my one-room apartment up until 12 in the midnight, you know.
Okay.
But if you have said, okay, these are the ways these things would run, even though you are the sole, you are the cashier, you are the, you know, customer
service,
rep.
bro.
Literally, I was the content person. I was the everything. I was literally the everything.
Jack of all
within my
trades.
business. But it's a good thing that I could tell when I was being the customer rep versus when I was being the stylist.
Okay.
I had those things going on for me, you know, like that. And so when it was time to, you know, let go, I started letting go. And then another thing is know your business. Know the skills that are required, you know, within your business. Things even change more for me because, I mean, there's a difference between being a wig seller, you know, having a store and you're running it like you're just a product. But this has to do with people's image. I remember a friend we share in common, Debbie, you know, when we had a shoot in February and she said she feels better. See, that's been like one of the highlights. She's a new mom.
Yeah.
In fact, I know Debbie has hairs.
Yeah.
But when I, you know, launched that February collection and she was like, she feels like a babe and all of that.
Yeah.
That right there, that's why we, you know, that's why we do this. So know your onions around it, the skill around it, the experience people should be having around it and all of that. And then be able to replicate it because what we're talking about is how is it now that I'm able to you know, run it and trust God. Because you can, except you're not building to last, don't be the Lord of the Rings. I can say boldly that there's really nothing that I know that my staff don't know. Yeah. I'm always up. In fact, I've had times where I'll say, okay, you be trained, and it's a new thing within the industry, and I don't know it yet, but I'm like all up for my staff, learning it. Will that person leave? Is it possible for that person to leave? Yes. But have I made my impact in that person's life? Yes. And can I learn it? You cannot be okra not a big person owner. And so I'm never worried, I'm never scared. I'm more interested in, you cannot go tomorrow and tell me that this woman treated me like this, or I didn't learn these things.
Of course.
So, and that would be between me and
always
my God.
leaving people better off than when they met you. On the flip side, being married, being a mom, being in business, would you pick it every single time?
No. No, and like being very honest, right? I'm even in that space, like even right this minute where I'm like, I was just telling God yesterday, I said, God, I was doing well as a single girl. So like, what's this? Like, I was literally like, so what do you want from me now? Because I'm not fine, but I'm not able to rest. In fact, we are currently on a getaway. We're not at home. But I still didn't rest. It's so crazy. But yes, I love my family. I love my baby. I also love my work a lot, but not being able to, But then, former First Lady, Obama's wife, Michelle, she said something that we can have it all, but not at the same time.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
So what I'm having right now is doing family in the thick of it, doing business, it's okay. Do one day at a time. I cannot be that babe right now. I cannot be a full-time entrepreneur right now. I cannot give in my best, right now. And so if on Tuesday I can give 50%, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I don't show up, thank God for the systems that I have that are running, And at home, if I'm being 70 or even -10, genuinely, thank God for a great partner that can say, okay, babe,
to pick up
I got
slack,
this, So, see, first I will marry a reasonable person. Just marry a reasonable person. And I think that this thing, it's not even in life, have good people around you.
Yeah.
Have good people, have good staff. Yes, those ones we don't get to pick it, but I think that there's a level, because I also have colleagues, right? I have friends in business that they've had staff that have stayed long enough. We are also of that same opinion of give them the best. If they leave tomorrow, that's fine. I think that you have a better experience doing that, being that person, being a kind person, regardless of how staff, that fear of, if I teach them all they know now, all I know now, they will take it elsewhere, which has happened.
Let me just hold this information. Let me keep them at a particular level and all of that.
But what kind of person are you if you cannot replicate yourself? So have good people all around you. Have friends in business as well. They can tell, okay, don't worry, this happened to me around this time, and I'm doing business. Plus always have these checks of, this woman is in business, this person in my industry, or even away from your industry, she's had a kid, she's in a different position right now, she's in a different season where her kids are probably in boarding school, or they are totally grown and out of the way. Go ask questions. I remember having a conversation with our pastor, Pastor Tony, and she was like, don't even slack for anything. She was like, she was carrying her baby and husband or something, were in the car, she was writing exams and stuff like that. When she shared that with me, I've drawn a lot of strength from it. So it's also that, soft spot of, yes, take things easy, but there's also a be watchful, because I feel like my baby's growing, I'm growing. So why should I be stunted and, feed my baby and let my baby blossom, and then me, I'm stunted? We can find a sweet spot around it. Yeah.
So what has kept you consistent? What has kept you showing up every single time?
It has been the things that got me here. I love doing this. And I knew that I loved doing it when I gave birth, and I couldn't do the things. And in fact, I saw the difference when I came back one day and I met a customer, and they were having an issue, and just being able to do something around, and that was it for her. Yeah. So yes, I love what I do. Man must chop.
I love see.
Genuinely, the business pays me. It does. It's my livelihood.
Yeah.
So how are you asking me how have I been able to? It's not one of those.
Yeah.
If possible, if my daughter wakes up tomorrow and says, Mommy, I would like to take this to the next level.
Yeah.
Definitely. So it's a business. It's bringing money. So
Yeah.
like definitely
So
that.
money, and I think it's something that a lot of people
I don't want
shy
to shy
away
away.
from. Yeah,
No,
I think it's something that a lot of
pays
people
me. It's
shy
my
away from,
livelihood.
right?
So no,
To say that, it'll be like, oh, I'm passionate about. I don't think Dangote is passionate about cement.
no. It's passion. I watched an interview of his the
Yeah.
other day, and he was saying that it pays.
Exactly.
It pays.
And if
It
something is
pays.
paying you wake
You'll
up.
be passionate
You-
about it.
you
So
wake
like
up.
I don't see why.
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
not. Plus, of course, I'm not going to take away from the fact that it takes a lot of grit,
Yeah,
discipline,
of course.
hard work. You
Yeah.
know, these things add up to, you know.
But I want to ask, has it really been doing this well from the beginning?
No,
So can you just say a
No.
little? Yeah.
no.
So
See,
how was
even
it?
even in this stage, right? There's a lot of inventing and reinventing going on.
Yeah.
Very recently we launched Retro Main collection, and it's completely different from, you know, what I've been doing. It was a fresh new idea, and of course the reception for it has been very great by my standards, because I was doing something like my industry is going this way, and I literally went this
other
way,
way, yeah.
you know, but it spoke to those that, you know, liked it or saw it, and I'm like, okay, this is fresh, this is new, and these are the people that would normally go this way.
Hold on, but that thing that you just mentioned now, can you just say a little bit? What is it? How does it look? Because
Okay.
I want to be, you understand?
Like you want to
retro
so,
what?
Retro Main collection.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a line of units that I did. Before, in fact, where my love for hairs came in was in school. We're able to do our sewing. So you bring out your own hair. This means that naturally your hair is good, like you're taking care of your own hair. And so I wanted to go back to that culture where women are not shy of wearing their own hair, but now being able to marry it with the hairs that we love, being able to marry it with wigs that we love, you know, you're picking it up and go. Because previously, those styles, you have to sit down for hours to make it, but
Okay.
I can't sit down for hours to make it. I can't make it. I'm a mom, I run a business, I'm involved in a number of things, so I don't have that time to sit down. So just like our wigs that you come to store, you pick up, but this now, you're getting even like an extra custom made look, but you're able to enjoy your own hair. It's promoting the culture now of women, you know, growing out their own hair, being able to be comfortable
So
in your
if
own
I get
skin.
you correctly, the wig is there,
Yes.
but your own hair is still like
out.
laced on top of it, and it's the.
Yes.
So how are we going to know which one is somebody's hair now?
That's the only people that should know you're wearing a wig is your man and yourself. Other than that, you know.
All right. So let's take this one very quickly. If you were to start again, right? You've been in this thing for close to a decade now, right? And I know there's a lot of tips and bits that you've gotten over the years. So if you were to start again, is there something that you would do differently?
So it depends on where I start. If I'm starting now, having the resources, access to the kind of resources that I have.
No, you don't
know?
have access to the resources.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
saying, like, okay, all you have access to is the knowledge, is the things that you've experienced, right? Now you need to go back and start again afresh. So go back to 2015, but with this knowledge.
Will I really do it differently? Will I do it differently? I've always had such healthy, because one of the biggest challenges that I faced was people pricing me down, and then I was so excited to go to people's houses because of course you can't come to me.
Yeah.
I'm working from home, so I always go to people's houses, and sometimes you can be sitting in their waiting room for an hour,
Yeah.
just because you want to sell, and maybe at the end of the day it's like 15K or so that I'm making on that unit. But of course, 15K in 2015, 2016, thereabout,
something, yeah.
that's, you know, good money.
Yeah.
I've always had a healthy, you can't look down on me. I'm offering you a very important, you know, service. I may not have a shop, but what I'm giving you that you're not getting when you go elsewhere is that personal touch. And so I'm right there. You're doing whatever. I'm like attending to you personally.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, okay, ma, maybe we should just snip this,
Yeah.
just style like this, and it'll look better. So if I'm to start all over again, I will maintain that pride yourself. It might be starting from a one room, but if I cannot tell myself that, oh, I did not see myself being here.
Yeah.
If anything, I feel
Wow.
like I should have moved,
Okay.
further than this. Yes,
Okay.
in all honesty, I've always had that
Healthy
yes,
self-esteem,
and
projections as
I
well.
was willing to, because of that, I was willing to, when I was scaling, I was very okay being broke. I was very okay not eating. I was very okay, losing the clientele base I had built to gain the ones that I needed. That's how that has see, and even up till now, you see how I've switched, right? Honestly,
Yeah.
if you don't have that energy coming into business, doesn't matter whether it's hair or it's
So
granola.
are you saying that if I'm in business, there will be seasons where I'll be hungry or where I should be hungry?
Even now,
even
Dr.
as
B,
a
even now with whatever this is, yes, there are seasons where it go tough for you, like nothing will be happening, radio silence. So more about what you normally would make, but now it's just like small activity here and there. So yeah, there will definitely always be those kind of season. So I don't think that I will really do much differently, in all honesty. I've always come up with that I
like
know who
that.
I am type of thing, and
like
I know
that.
where I'm going to. And so I may be coming to your house now, but there'll be a day you're coming to me. And boy, have I seen some experience where like, oh, Tina. And then they want to associate. I'm like, yeah. Remember when I was coming to your house?
So it's just time.
Yeah,
It's just time,
yeah,
consistency,
yeah.
staying at it.
Oh yes.
And seeing yourself.
Keep showing up.
Keep showing
because
up.
there was in fact, when I came on Instagram, there was in fact, one whole year I didn't make a sale. After
Sorry,
opening,
say what?
Yes. When I opened
One whole year.
Yes, at the time it was Tina's Hair Boutique and Accessories. We have rebranded.
You see, yeah, let's talk about that. Because I think something that stifles a lot of people is that they don't believe they can reinvent or rebrand. So they feel as though, oh, I'm going to, if I slap this name on this thing, that's the name for life. So because of that, they are waiting for the perfect name, the perfect logo, the perfect thing, not knowing that, okay,
It's not,
two
it's not
years
serving.
into you can change.
We've seen these big companies merge banks and
Yeah.
the name changes.
Logo.
These are big
Even I think
boys.
NMPC changed their whole branding, the whole NMPC.
See,
the
whatever
whole
it
country.
takes to just. So a brand might not MTN might not necessarily say today we're no longer MTN, we no longer use yellow.
Yeah.
But whatever other activities today they are telling you that Keep Showing Up is a new idea project, and it has a new color, has a different vibe. It's targeted towards the younger people. Those kind of initiatives come up within. So yes, maybe you don't want to like rock the boat when it comes to like the Hair Chic.
Yeah.
But you can do something, and that was what Retromain was for me. Like, it was a disruptive idea to say, okay, let's call it Retromain. Retro as per, like in retrospect, and then main is another name for hair. So you can have those initiatives happen within the business, and it's different, it's fresh. But then I slammed it a different name. But we're still like, don't be worried about that.
I love that. So for that young woman watching, right, who is thinking about starting any business that they want to go into, maybe they are frustrated right now, they are in their own post-airwise or whatever, or they're working somewhere that they're not paying them, or whatever they're paying them is not worth anything, right? I just want you to say a word to that person right now, from where you're sitting, from your experiences, from everything that you've gathered in life, the determination, the consistency, the hunger, the sacrifice. What will you tell that person to encourage them?
Okay, so I would say that you should keep showing up for yourself. The things that you know to do them well. And it's not a case of because I know this person is a better paying client. And that's something that, singles me out. I've had customers that I retained from hairs that they didn't buy from me, but the way I took care of it, and they're like, wow. So they've become my customers. So whatever that thing is, do it well, do it completely well. It will take you far, it will get you noticed, it will take you where you're going, and then just be consistent. You see this consistency matter, eh? I'm not even joking. Be consistent with the thing that you are doing.
Yeah.
It will take you places.
Whether the results are showing.
Yes, see, even as a big brand, there'll be times where you are consistent to a fault and you're not getting results, but just keep going because times and seasons happen.
Yeah.
It will just be, there have been times where something that I was consistent with a while back, and before you know, it becomes industry trend, and I'm like, been here, done that.
Yeah.
And so I've like had a mastery on what that thing is, and so whenever we're putting it out there, we're doing it from a second-hand type of, feeling. So be consistent with whatever you're doing. That's what I would say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the Hair Chic. So rapid response section. 10 seconds max.
Okay.
What's the biggest misconception customers have about wigs when they come to you? So what's the biggest misconception you've ever seen about wigs?
I don't have to take care of it. You have to maintain your hair. You have to style it.
What? You don't have to take it?
Like they want to just throw it on and go. Yes, a lot of wigs, especially from our brand, we have that throw on and go, foundation, for our wigs. And you don't see a lot of crazy styles, but you still have to maintain it, just like your own hair. So.
All right, quickly. A lot of people say wigs will ruin your natural hair underneath, right? So from your experience, what actually damages natural hair and what keeps it healthy while you're wearing wigs?
While you're wearing wigs, make sure your wigs are suited to your head size. Get custom-made units. Don't just pick, things randomly.
There's head size?
Yes, you can make wigs that are tailored to, somebody's head size. Yeah, that's taking it a step further. That's what we do.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. So there's this idea that the more expensive the wig is, the less maintenance it needs.
That's when you should imagine a Bentley. It's expensive. It's more than your Toyota Corolla. So yes, it needs extra. Now the premium on it, whatever servicing that needs to go on in it, needs to even be more. So.
Oh wow. Okay. So. What's one care mistake that you see wig users make every single time?
Not taking it for wash and stuff as often as they should. Because they've worn it for 1 month, 2 months, and they just want to
So how often should they go?
As often as you wear, right? Once you notice the way my hair came is not as slick as when, I wore it, you should take it for touch-up.
Okay. So last but not the least, what's one thing you wish every woman knew before buying their first wig?
Always consider your lifestyle. If you're not, who do I use now? One of these celebrities that have stylists on call, and you want to get a frontal unit, it doesn't add up. These people are people that are catering to their needs, every other time. So always consider your lifestyle before picking a unit.
All right. So thank you so much, the Hair Chic. Please, I would be remiss if we don't do this. Where can we locate you to get this retro mane? I think I can picture it on my wife already.
Oh, yes.
So where can we get you? Social media, physical space, and all of that.
Yeah, so we are located at shop A028, H&E Plaza, VA, and you can find us on Instagram at the Hair Chic NG. That's THEHAIRCHICNG. Thank you.
All right. So, can we say keep showing up on 3?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Keep showing up. All right. And this is what we have today on Becoming Better Conversations with Dr. B, where you get to see, hear, and become. Until next time, thank you for watching.